Welcome to the Dreams by Any Means Motivation Station. I'm your host, Ed Doxson. Today we got a very special guest here on the show. Very familiar face, very familiar name. If you're in the music world, if you're in the party world, and more importantly, if you're live in my hometown, DC, if you've been to park, if you've been to brunch, if you've been to OZOs, if you've been to any type of event going on in the district, man, everybody know when you hear that drop, it's quick. So happy for you to be here on the show, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm honored and humbled. Anytime I'm asked to do an interview, I don't care who it is. It's humbling because you could be interviewing anybody, and why you chose me, I don't even know. So thank you.
Nah, so man, yeah. So just want to start with it, man. The party kingpin, like where that name come from?
I was given that name. I can't remember who gave it to me. I never like accolade myself. I never call myself the king. People tell me this. I've been in the business now for over 3 decades.
Yeah,
I've done every club across America, not just DC and abroad and international and global spin awards. And I remember saying a while ago, I perfected the art of performing. There's a lot of amazing DJs, a lot of dope DJs, hosts, personalities, radio personalities, but there's not that many people that does everything. So I'm
right.
just a DJ. I'm a DJ. I'm a host. I'm a radio personality. I'm a reality TV star now. I'm a business owner. So um, when you see me perform, it's different. I always say like there's guys that's going to kill the club, but when Quick gets on, it's just different. And
Yeah,
I played with some of the biggest names in the world, and they all like what I do is just I can't explain. You have to see me live. Like hear me on the radio is one thing, but when you see me live at a concert, when it's
yeah,
just me on stage, no artist, no host, it's Quicksilva, the Quicksilva show with 20,000 people. Then you'll be like, oh, now I get it. Shout out to a Beanie. She's actually a videographer that's filming my documentary. And when
okay,
she first started filming me, she asked kind of a similar question, and she's like, "Quick, what makes you so different?" I was like, "I can't tell you. Just watch." And
yeah,
she flew into town. She actually lives in LA. She flew into town and she followed me for the weekend into all of my clubs. And at the last day, she texted me in the middle of my set, said, "I get it. Like
yeah,
I watched you all weekend, and I've watched DJs play before you and after you." And she's like, "I can't explain what it, but like it's just different. Like when you come on, people get more excited." And I don't know. You just have to see it for yourself.
yeah. No, facts. I definitely wouldn't say Park one. I never. It was like 2017, man, and we was in Park and we partied, and it was chill for a minute, and we're like, it's cool. And then we heard you get on talking, and we were shocked because like you started off with Glizzy. You like he playing what we want to hit. Like he ain't starting off with just the radio hits, and from there the whole night went up, man.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
yeah, for sure. And with that, I would say, I noticed that just the way you were able to really just be successful in DC. And I wanted to ask the question I always wanted to ask, how did you really navigate through the music scene in DC where, we really didn't have a music scene besides you think of the Wale, Glizzy, maybe a handful who really went that
Mhm.
big. But how did I noticed you really, put yourself in the community with the local artists. How did you go about navigating that?
Um, so you got to think when I first came to DC was 20 plus years ago. There was no hip hop scene.
Right, at
Um,
all.
Outside of Nonchalant, there are a lot of people forget that's from DC. But 5 o'clock in the morning, where are you going to be? Outside on the corner. I don't know if you old enough to remember that song.
No, I remember the song, but I ain't know
But she's
that.
from DC.
Yeah,
Outside of her, it had never been a successful mainstream like big artist rap wise from DC. You had DJ Cool, but he's more of a DJ like me who chants.
yeah,
When I first came here, it was Go Go City, and I'm originally from Baltimore, but I played the drums and I played the piano, so I was really intrigued by Go Go because of the instrumentation and what I come from. And I remember like when I first came here, saying like, "This is crazy," because like there's really no hip hop scene. And
yeah.
then all of a sudden you started hearing about the Wale's. But even when Wale first came out, if you follow his history, he was rapping over Go Go.
Right.
Big Doug was a Go Go record.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty Girls is Wincy Backyard Band singing.
yeah.
Uh, Get the Ice Cream, man. He literally took all the big Go Go songs at the time and rapped over them.
Right.
That's how he got popular. And from him, of course, you had the Fat Trails, the Shy Glizzies, and now the list goes on and on from Light Show to, I
Yeah,
could go up. So I'm honored to like been a part of the growth of it. I've always been grassroots. What's kept me relevant over these past 3 decades is not just my talent; it's my ability to tap into the industry.
yeah,
I was very instrumental in Shy Glizzy's deal. A lot of people don't remember. Like I remember when I first really got behind him. I remember getting a call from Leo Cohen like it was yesterday.
Oh
Who
wow.
owned 300 and Def Jam at the time, and Kevin Lyles, his partner, who's from Baltimore. That's my OG. But I remember sitting at my dinner table, my wife, and a block number kept calling, and I kept knowing it. Like, who the hell
Yeah.
called me? And then he texted me like, "This is Leo Cohen. Answer the phone." So I'm like, okay, somebody playing.
Yeah.
That's like Jay-Z texting you, like, this is Jay. You're like, okay, who's this? But he kept calling. So then I answered the phone, irritated, like, hello. And if you know Leo's voice, hey, Quicksilva, this is Leora. Tell me about Shy Glizzy. And I'm like, oh shit, this is actually Leo Cole. Now I'm like a
Yeah.
little kid. But I remember just telling him about Glizzy, and then I remember going to New York, meeting with him at his house.
Oh
Me, him,
wow.
Glizzy, and Kevin, and my partner Sean Caesar. Went to New York, and he signed his deal that day.
Yeah, yeah.
It just like I say, I never take credit for anybody. People put their own work in. But
Hmm.
I've been honored to be, a driving force behind the local music scene, not just in DC, but in Baltimore as well, and can
Right.
help bridge that gap. Correct me if I'm wrong. Before I really became like big in DC, it wasn't a DJ from Baltimore that had like a name that's this big in DC.
Right, right, right.
What I did was I took my stardom, for lack of a better words, and kind of bridged the gap.
Yeah.
Like now Baltimore artists are getting booked in DC, where that was unheard of.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
artists are doing records with Baltimore artists, which was unheard of.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
take all the credit, but I'm gonna take a lot of it.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, it's no, I'm born and raised in DC. It's growing up, DC and Baltimore is kind of thing
They
where
hated
like
each other.
y'all thing we do out there.
DC called us Bammers, and we
Right.
called y'all clowns.
Yeah, and it's crazy,
Look
man.
at,
Tell
look
them
at
what
these clowns wearing all that hobo, and y'all
yeah.
like, well, look at these Bammers wearing them white tees. Some are doing too.
Yeah.
And here comes Quicksilva, a guy that says do and two, who becomes not just the biggest DJ in DC, but one of the biggest DJs in the country.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because that's how when I went away to school, that was my thought. But Baltimore ended up being some of the coolest people ever, bro. You know what I mean? But growing up, we was taught like, nah, Baltimore people bad, but that's a whole other world. But that was my next question I wanted to ask. You mentioned about Lior and being able to work with those different people like Kevin Lyles. Through your career, man, I know you work with so many people. I did some research. I know you went on tour with Hov before. Like, what would you say, who was somebody that inspires you the most? I know it's probably a handful of people. Who was people that inspired, someone that inspired you the most throughout all of these decades of your career?
Inspired me the most? That's a good question. Inspired me the most? Um, I don't know. It's a good
Yeah.
question. I've worked before. I've worked with everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. Like I was a DJ on BET 106 in Park for 5 seasons. I
Mm.
DJ, like you said, like you just mentioned, I was the DJ, one of the official DJs on the Rock the Mic tour.
Yeah.
We started Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, Missy, Little Mo, and Fabulous. I was Lil Mo's DJ and still to now for decades. I mean, I've been Mario's DJ. I'm still Ray
Yeah.
Lewis' official DJ. Um, I've opened up for Janet Jackson.
Mm.
I've done it all. I think one of the moments that I regret that I don't have footage of, because now I have a videographer that follows me now,
Yeah.
but for years it wasn't social media. Two of the biggest moments that I don't have any documentation. So if anybody's watching this, if you have it, I will actually pay you for the video and footage. Opening up for Janet Jackson at the arena was humongous. But I remember Stevie Wonder came to Park.
Okay.
I told the story before, but Stevie Wonder came to Park, and his security comes to the booth like, "Hey, Steve wants to meet you." I'm like, "Absolutely." So I cleared the whole booth. I mean, this is a big deal. Steve Wonder. Everybody got to leave. Everybody, including you, right? So Steve Wonder comes over and he says, "Hey, DJ, you got any drum patterns?" And remind you, I don't know what drum patterns are, but what I'm not going to do is tell Stevie Wonder no. I'm like, absolutely, I have plenty of drum patterns.
Right.
Okay, all right. So I whispered to his I think his manager. I said, "What's drum patterns?" He said, "A beat with no words." I said, "Oh, an instrumental." Plenty of those. So
Yeah.
I played Beanie Sigel and Freeway Rock the Mic instrumental. Started freestyling all his records over it. You can do it all over. And I'm playing Rock the Mic. Then they go la 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 la.
Oh man.
I'm like, I have no footage. Like, if anybody's watching, you got $1 million on the line right now. I'll pay you for it. I'm gonna charge it back to Jay Howard from Unruly.
Nah, that's a dope story. And you know, just doing, man, learning a lot about you. Like I said, man, being from DC, hearing the radio, seeing things you did, but doing research, man, you've done so much. And like, you know, I know you always say hard work, dedication to real life. And in the midst of that, I'm sure that comes with the ability to be able to effectively network. So for those that's watching, there may be some DJs and they thinking, how can I take this to the next level? Or how can I get a spot where I'm at one of the hottest spots in DC for the next 10, 15 years? Like, talk about your networking capabilities.
Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. There's no such thing as self-made. I think that's the biggest. Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
That's the biggest piece of shit ever. Like, when people, I'm my own boss. Like, I'm a business owner, and I still have people that work with me and for me every single day. So if you think you're gonna be this self-made boss, good luck. That's what they tell you on Instagram. None of that shit's real, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't believe not the people that wake up and tweet rise and grind. You know they're not really rising and grinding. They're home playing a video game, tweeting like I wake up and grind and I'm counting money. Like, I'm not on Twitter like, oh my God, look, everybody rise and grind. So
Yeah.
I hope I offended somebody, and hopefully that inspires you to stop doing that kind of shit. But I think for me is that, like, networking has helped keep me where I am. Hard work, dedication, and consistency has got me to the position that I'm in. But being able to network with others and help others has kept me relevant over these years. A lot of people got hot. Most of the people that started DJing when I started, they don't even DJ anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started in the 90s. I'm almost 30 plus years in, and I'm still young.
Yeah.
I was a kid when I got into business. But I've always networked with people. Like, most of my bookings now in my career comes from recommendation. I'm not a local DJ, so you just can't book me in the day. You got to go through management, my team. We vet in the process. But most of it's like, I DJ for this person, and he says or she says, that's dope. I have a bigger event coming up in, Paris. Can you come here? So, like, all that networking, man. I really encourage anybody to network, put yourself out there, go to industry events. I always say being outside ain't where it is. When you're outside, make sure you're somewhere that's quality over quantity. I think a lot of us, they think being busy means being productive, and those are two different things. So make sure when you're being busy, you're actually being productive with the right people, and not just tweeting I'm outside.
Right. Nah, facts. And one thing I noticed, man, I noticed the same energy you have as far as DJing, and in that space, you have that same energy in the community. I know, when I was
I'm
back
gonna correct you there. I don't have that same energy. My passion is DJing. My calling is being a public servant.
Okay.
My calling is being an inspirational speaker. My calling has been a philanthropist.
Yeah.
My pastor said I'm gonna be a pastor one day, but I told him I like cigars too much, so I don't know if I can give that up. I like cigars and drinking, so I don't know if I can be a pastor. But I love that more than DJing. I don't think I've ever said that publicly. My manager Sean Caesar knows that. But DJing, that's who I am, because I've been doing that for so long. But when I'm me at my finest outside of being on stage is when you put me in front of a crowd and tell me to inspire them. I was the keynote speaker at the March in Washington for Black Lives Matter when that whole movement was happening with 20,000 people. And I've never wrote a speech in my life. I've never wrote down a vitamin of the day. All these things I speak from the heart.
Yeah.
Right now, I started these things just because who I am, right? But now people pay me just to come inspire. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I made, but I just got paid a large sum of money to speak at the DC government retreat.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, like, why do y'all book me? Like, I'm just a ex-hood dude from
Oh
East
yeah,
Baltimore.
I think I saw that the ones graduation.
Right. So I'm like, I'm a dude from East Baltimore, no college degree. Like I done been through some shit in my life. Like, but I always believe my life is a walking testimony that you can still make it. So I love the fact that I think when it's all said and done, I won't be remembered for DJing. I'm grateful that I'm remembered as an inspiration to somebody not to give up.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a segue to, I know, some of the community work. I wanted to ask you about the DJ school that you have at Southeast DC as well as Baltimore. Talk about how that came about.
Just from my love of DJing, I feel like the art of DJing was being lost. Due to so many things from Serato to people just anybody can become a DJ now. So right now you can be a DJ. Buy a laptop, download some music, and put Serato on there. And now you can say, "Hey, I'm a DJ. Book me."
Mm-hmm.
You have no skill set, by the way, but
Yeah.
you know the music to play. You can play the horn, and you can play swag surf, and now somebody might book you, right?
Yeah.
And I realized that I'm a DJ. Like I come from the battle era. Rest in peace, Rock Raider, DJ Scratch. I mean, Kid Capri. I mean, I come from the era of DJs. To call yourself a DJ, you had to really be a DJ. It's like when
Yeah.
you call yourself a rapper, you had to actually have metaphors and have bars.
Yeah.
Not about that. So I just noticed over the years, a lot of these young DJs, they just didn't know the fundamentals. Like they didn't know what BPM stand for, which are beats per
Yeah.
minute. They didn't know that you had to start on a one, and every song starts on one and ends on eight. So every song goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So
Yeah.
bringing the song in on a four, I mean, it was disgusting. And I'm like, I want to start a school just to save the culture of DJing. Little did
Mm-hmm.
that become a humongous business. Where I'm now opening up my third school soon. I have one in Baltimore, one in DC, and I'm opening up one in Virginia the next month or two.
Okay.
My goal is my radio show is syndicated in 10 cities. I'll soon be in 20. But I want to have a school in every city that I'm in. So
Mm-hmm.
I can really just teach DJs and not just new DJs. No offense. I played with some seasoned DJs and they still suck.
Mm-hmm.
They're popular. They're popular.
Yeah.
But like they don't know what like the elements of DJing. So like that's
Yeah.
why it's called Quick and Easy DJs. If anybody's looking to join, the website is quickandeasydjs.com and easy is spelled EAZY.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Appreciate that, man. And
You good?
so you got a bunch of things going on, but of course the most recent, which is in the news, is the Love and Marriage. The show is going successful. Love and Marriage DC. You all have season 2 coming up now, right?
I can publicly say yes. I can say yes. If you asked me this last week, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But
All
now
right.
it's officially out there. Yes. So shout out to my wife Ashley. It's so funny. I was
Yeah.
just talking to Jay Howe, and I said that Quicksilva is the household name, but my wife Ashley Silva is the star of the show.
Yeah.
It's not even close. I mean, the running joke is that I'm Ashley's husband on the show, which I
Yeah.
long as the millions come home, I don't care where they come from.
Yeah.
But
So, so,
yes,
so
we signed up for season 2, and this is a big deal because a lot of spinoffs don't get a second season,
yeah.
and your show is successful when they give you more episodes. So we
Right.
had 10 episodes on season 1. They just signed us on for 22 episodes, which is
Okay.
telling you they're looking for more content. So
Yeah.
this is a very, very big deal, and I'm honored. Shout out to Own Network, shout out to Oprah, shout out to Carlos King and Kingdom Reign Entertainment for believing in myself and my wife Ashley to really lead this show. And without giving you details, if you pay attention to words, when I said that Quick and Ashley are going to lead this show, in about 6 months, you'll look back at this interview and be like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
just make sure you screenshot that part right there and just
Got it.
and hold on to it in your back pocket.
For
So
sure.
when,
For sure.
when things transpire, you can repost it and be like, you know what, you heard it first right here.
No question. Yeah, man. But how has that been? Letting the world into your marriage, into your home. Like, how's that been the
It's
transition?
not easy, but one thing that I said, if you watch the show, is that reality TV is like social media. It
Yeah.
doesn't break up strong relationships. It exposes weak ones. So
Hmm.
if relationship is weak, don't go on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got side babies and side chicks, like don't go on TV. Like it's
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
Um, but if you know that you're strong, use it as a platform. All we use this show is for marketing and promotion on businesses that we already own. And then they're paying us to be ourselves. One of my famous vitamins is if you be you long enough, eventually people will pay you just to be you. We're getting paid a big ass check just to wake up every day and be us. Like when people used to
Yeah.
talk about the Kardashians, who are now billionaires, by the way, people
Right.
were mad at them because they would say, but they don't do anything. I work every day and I have 10 degrees and I do this and I grind and I only make 80,000 a year. And you pay these people who do nothing 80 million a year.
Hmm.
So are you mad at them or yourself?
Right. Right. Yeah. For
Us,
real.
we're literally getting paid just to be us. Like I'm not
Yeah.
waking up. There's no script. There's situational things where they kind of give us a heads up, but I mean, this is a humongous opportunity. But however, like you say, you have to have thick skin because
Mhm.
social media is brutal. Black
Yeah.
Twitter don't give a shit about nobody.
Yeah.
You know,
That black Twitter
they
kill
love
you.
you tomorrow, cancel you today, then they love you back tomorrow. So it's not real.
Hmm.
Also in the cancel culture for people who are confused, it's not real. It's people on Twitter mad for a day. And then they
Yeah.
move on to the next person the next day. Every day they mad at somebody. Some days it's my
Right.
day. The next day it's gonna be your day. So just don't log on Twitter. I remember Dave Chappelle is the best thing ever. When Dave Chappelle got in all that smoke was because of what he said about certain people.
Yeah.
I mean, he was canceled. He's done, and Netflix dropped him. And he was on his comedy special. He said, "Man, I heard I was canceled on Twitter. I don't give a shit. I'm not on Twitter." Like that's real. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you cancel me? You can't cancel me. You don't sign any checks. You're a person who follow. You follow
Right.
me.
Right. Right.
You took the time out of your day to press the follow button, and then because
Mhm.
you're mad, guess what? You know, if you press it again, it unfollows.
Yeah.
Or it's another block feature. You can just block me. You can't
Right.
stop my blessings. There's nothing you can do about my blessings. My life is tailor made for me. So once people realize that, I say all this to bring it back to what you were saying is that you have to have thick skin and be able to ignore the BS.
Yeah.
Because if you fall victim of the BS on social media, you'll lose every time because the internet's undefeated. So
Yeah.
there's been times on the show where things were said between me and my wife and people on Twitter, they interpret them their way. And that's the
Yeah.
other thing. You have to remember this. We film every day, 8 to 10 hours a day for 6 months, right?
Damn.
So out of those 8 to 10 hours for 6 months, they condense all that film into 1 hour. So imagine how much stuff we filmed that didn't make it. So
Yeah.
for the people who have an opinion, I'm like, you're seeing like a 1% of the other 99%. And it's a TV show. It has to
Mhm.
be entertaining. It
Yeah.
has to be drama.
Right.
So
Right.
I have all these opinions. I'd be man, my wife Ashley, we'd be home laughing, like, look at them. They're so mad. We're so happy. Like they're having a bad day and we're home with our feet up headed to vacation. And like
Yeah.
in their mind, they think that they know, like, you don't know shit. You know what we want you to know. Like, so
Right.
like
Right.
it's hilarious how people can watch a TV show for 1 hour a day.
Hmm.
And now they know Quicksilva. I know everything about him. I know
Yeah.
inside and out. I know everything. And I'll be like, yeah, you do. Thanks. Make sure you watch next week.
Right.
Right.
Get the views up. Yeah, man. And speaking of knowing about you, I think something I saw most recent, which is really big, was the Ben's Chili Bowl
That's me.
honor, man. Let's just get into that. That's like a big deal. I mean, being a native, knowing about Ben's Chili Bowl, always hearing how it was really just the Bill Cosby thing when he got the honorary. I want to ask you, you got free chili in there now, man? You eat for free?
I actually got a free glizzy, man. Last time I was there, they didn't charge me, man. It's crazy. So if you watch this show on season one, I mean episode one, I made a joke to my wife. And I said, baby, there's only two good husbands left in the world, me and Barack Obama. So it's Barack and me. And Twitter, they ran with that one. Oh my God, who he think he is? Once again,
Mhm.
it was a joke, everybody. Relax. Go back to what you were doing. Um, but fast forward, maybe I spoke into existence because now I'm up on the wall next to Barack Obama
Obama, yeah.
in real life, as I would say.
Mhm.
So it's crazy to see that because Barack Obama's here
Yeah.
in my eyes. That's Barack. But in Ben's Chili Bowl eyes, they have us on the same level, on the same wall for the
Hmm.
same accolade and just for who we are. So it's humbling, man. It's surreal.
Yeah.
I can't even put this into words, and I'll give you another exclusive because I like you, brother, and because I was late. Not only am I on the wall at Ben's Chili Bowl for 20 years of community service in Washington D.C. You ready for this?
Hmm.
I don't know if you got a drum roll or something. So
Right.
when you edit this, put the
What we got?
I got confirmation from the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, that they're going to give me my own street.
Oh man.
Get ready for Quicksilva Way.
Congratulations.
And
Where's that? Over east, over west?
I'm from East. Come on,
Oh, you from east? Okay. You from
it's my
down
old.
there?
It's not. I'm from Shady Side.
Oh,
Shady Side
all
Road.
right.
So they renaming my street that I grew up on, Quicksilva Way,
That's what's
which
up.
to me is bigger than anything. Like
Yeah.
I said this in my speech when I was talking to Ben's Chili Bowl. I said most people get their flowers when they die.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why people are that way. No one celebrates you while you're living, or they wait for you sick or you go to jail or something like that. Then they tell you how amazing you were. For me to be getting all these flowers now is unheard of to me.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somebody else that got these type of flowers when they were still alive and well and in good health, mentally and physically. But this shit is, I mean, this shit is bugging me out. Like every
Yeah.
day I wake up and say to myself, "Why me?" And then I hear a voice in my head say, "Why not you? You
Mm-hmm.
deserve it." So I'm on it.
For sure, man. For sure, bro. Appreciate that exclusive, man. But thank you for coming on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a platform where dreams by any means we talk about hustle plus faith equals success. I think you're a prime example of that, man. So definitely, on behalf of me being a native from DC, the community work you've done, the vibes you brought, the brunch
Thank you.
scene, man, you did a lot. So, that's
Sunday
our
Funday
home.
brunch. I say
Yeah.
Sunday Funday brunch undefeated in DC. I don't care what city you at.
I tried to go to brunch down here in Miami, bro, and
Oh, it's
it was
phone. That's your
fun. But
phone.
I kept telling him, I was like, you don't understand where I come from. We curated it. So it's like, it
Oh
can't
yeah,
be
we
the same people.
started the Sunday. Our Sunday Funday started noon and it goes till 3 a.m.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
We
I
go
remember, I
from
remember I had 5-year-old phone on my show, and I
yeah.
remember asking him. I said, "In New York, what time is brunch starting?" And he said, "Brunch starts around 2ish and it's over about 5 or 6." I said, "That's wild," because I said we actually started noon, so this is how our Sunday Funday goes.
Right.
We go to
Oh,
park from noon until about 5, right? Then we
yeah.
leave park at 5. We go to Barco for hookah from 5 to about 8. Then we leave there. We go to dinner somewhere else, and
Yeah.
then around 10 o'clock, then we go to Griffin for the early portion from 10 to about midnight, and then we
Hmm.
leave there. We go to Capital from 1 to 3. He like,
Right.
nigga. I said, this is a regular Sunday, and I
Yeah,
said
that's
most
deep,
people
man.
they got jobs. They got to go to work Monday. Like I don't even.
Hmm.
I'm blessed to have a life where I can wake up when I feel like it. But like
Yeah.
I never understand people do that. Then they got like a desk job at 8 a.m. Like how?
Right,
So
right.
he was like, nah, nigga, I got experience. I said,
And
man,
they probably driving all the way back to Moco after the party.
right, exactly. You live in Montgomery, you live in DC smelling like hookah and weed
Right, right.
with a 45-minute drive to Arlington. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, man. For sure. Before you go, man, just give us a dreams by any means drop, bro.
What's it called?
Dreams by any means motivation station.
All right, man. You know the vibes. Quicksilva, dreams by any means. When I say any means, I mean any means necessary, man. I salute these brothers for what you're doing. And when I say dream, dream big. Dreams by any means. When Quicksilva says it's official, it's believable in real life.
All right, my man. Appreciate you, bro.
Be safe, bro.
All right, peace.
Thanks.